Transit HM Department from BSTM 12F4, and I'm here to discuss in front of you the Visayas tour package with technical itinerary. Visayas tour package with technical itinerary. Bacolod plus Guimaras plus Isla Gigantes plus Iloilo, 5 days and 4 nights tour package. Day 1, Manila to Bacolod. Arrival of the tourist in Bacolod, then pick up at the airport. Then check-in in Bell's Pension House and have a dinner and stay there overnight. Day 2 of tour, Sili Talise and Bacolod Tri-City Tour. Have a breakfast in Bell's Pension House. And at 8 a.m. start of the tour, and at 8:30 a.m. at San Sebastian Cathedral, and going to Pope John Paul II Tower at 8:45 a.m. and at 9:30 a.m. in Provincial Capital Lagoon, and at 10:30 a.m. in Santiago Pro Cathedral, and at 11 a.m. in Balay Negras. This museum is considered as their first museum in their town. And 11:45 a.m. is 5 de Noviembre. And at 12:30 p.m. lunch break at Manukan Country for chicken inasal. And at 1:30 p.m. in New Government. And at 2 p.m. going to Campoes Tohan Islands Resort in the ruins. 5 p.m. is end of the tour. And going to Bacolod Port, then transfer into Iloilo Port. Then, after port pick-up, transfer hotel. 3 Guimaras. Have a breakfast in Venetia Suite Hotel. And at 8 a.m. and 8:30 a.m., bound to or an arrival at Guimaras Island. Start of Guimaras Day 2. At 8:30 a.m., going to Smoles Plaza, then at 9 a.m. in San Lorenzo Windmill, then going to Trappist Monastery at 10 a.m. and at 10:30 a.m. stop to buy a souvenirs, and at 11:30 a.m. lunch at Pit Shop Restaurant, and at 12:30 p.m. going to Gusi Lighthouse and beach bombing, and 2:30 p.m. in Alubihod Beach. And 5 p.m. bound back to Guimaras Port and bound back to Iloilo City. Then check-in again at Venetia Suites Hotel. Day 4 of tour is Isla Gigantes Day Tour. And at 4 a.m. in transit to Carles. Then going to Bangkal Port Carles and registration at Tourism Office. Then the island hopping start at 10 a.m. in Balbagon Island. And 10:45 a.m. in Pulupudan Island. And at 11:30 a.m. in Cabugao Gamay. And 12:30 p.m. have a lunch. Then at 1:30 p.m. in Antonia Beach. And at 2:30 p.m. in Bantiga Sandbar. And 4:30 p.m. Tangka Enchanted Lagoon. And end of the tour, then go back to Bangkal Port and arrival in Iloilo City, then transfer again to another hotel. And day 5, Iloilo City plus Southern Garin Farm Tours and Departure. First, have a breakfast at Venetia Suites Hotel. And the tour starts at Casa Marikit at 8 a.m. And second, Haro Cathedral. And stop at Creamhorn Stop. Then third spot is going in Philippine Economic and going to Festive Walk Mall and Esplanade Bridge. And going to Molo Church. And at 12:30 p.m. have a lunch. And going to Arevalo Shrine and have a side trip in Vanishing Mansion. And going to Miag-Ao Church, then last in Garden Farm. And then the end of the tour and airport drop-off. And that's the end of the tour. Thank you for listening.